There are certain UFC fighters who are well-rounded in all areas, but they only use one aspect of their game, which has costed them some big fights. So here is 5 fighters who need to change their fighting style. Number 5. Jose Aldo is the former UFC featherweight champion who in his recent fights has struggled to pick up a win. It all started when he was viciously knocked out by Conor McGregor at UFC 194. Since that fight, he hasn't looked the same. He was able to defeat Frankie Edgar UFC 200, but lost his last 2 fights in a devastating manner to Max Holloway. His fighting style is heavily based on Muay Thai and has had so much success while he was the champion. A lot of people may not know that he is also a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and does have some dangerous skills on the ground. He has had so much success with his striking where he doesn't need to use any of his grappling skills. But with Jose Aldo going through a rough patch, I believe if he starts using his dangerous Muay Thai skills combined with his grappling, he will definitely get back on track. Jose Aldo is a world-class fighter who is full of so much talent. Hopefully he can get back on his winning ways and challenge for the title in the future. Number 4. Jake Ellenberger is a well-known name in the welterweight division who is going through a very rough patch as of late. He has struggled to start a run and has been finished quite violently in his recent fights. In his last fight, he was brutally knocked out by Mike Perry at UFC Final 108. Jake Ellenberger is an NCAA National Division II wrestler and had great success earlier in his career with his wrestling, but later he would fall in love with his striking skills, where he would slowly start to decline. I believe if he went back to his roots and started to wrestle a lot more with his opponents, this may turn things around for him. He desperately needs to win his next fight, otherwise the UFC will be forced to release him from the promotion. Number 3. Joe Lauzon is a long-time fan favourite fighter in the lightweight division who always gives it his all in his fights. In his recent fights he has struggled to pick up a win and is currently on a 3-fight losing streak. This is mainly due to his push-forward brawling fighting style where he ends up taking tremendous amounts of damage. He has been knocked out and bloodied up many times where he's struggling to start a run. Although he likes to keep the fight on the feet, many people are not aware of how dangerous he is on the ground. His first few career wins came by submission, where he has the ability to wrap anybody in a submission. I believe if he went back to his grappling game, he will definitely have a lot of success inside the octagon. Joe Lauzon is loved by fans all across the world, where hopefully he is able to get back on his winning ways. Number 2. Diego Sanchez is one of the most wildest fighters on the UFC roster, where he just comes to brawl with his opponents. He is known for just pushing forward and putting on exciting shows for the fans. However, in recent years, he has suffered some devastating knockout losses, where it is difficult to see him progressing up the rankings. He has taken so much damage in his fights, where it is now becoming a serious concern for his health. Earlier in his career, he would mix things up and used all of his tools to ensure the victory. Diego Sanchez has so much experience and is well-rounded in all areas, but he prefers to just stand and bang with his opponent. If Diego Sanchez started to fight a lot smarter, he would definitely put together a string of wins. Diego Sanchez is also loved by many fans, where hopefully he is able to win some big fights. Number 1. Justin Gaethje is one of the most entertaining fighters on the UFC roster, where he is known for just putting everything on the line and just getting into crazy fights with his opponents. He made his electrifying UFC debut against Michael Johnson, where he was rocked so many times in the fight, but came back to get the TKO victory. He would next face Eddie Alvarez in a slugfest and would get knocked out, and in his last fight would get finished by Dustin Poirier at UFC on Fox 29. Although Justin Gaethje puts on a wild spectacle for the fans, he also takes severe amounts of damage, which often takes a toll on him during the fight. What many people don't know is that he is also an NCAA Division I wrestler, where he mainly uses his wrestling skills to keep the fight on the feet. I believe if Justin Gaethje mixed his striking with his takedowns, he will definitely have a lot of success in the weight class. Justin Gaethje is one of the best lightweights in the world, who has so much talent. Hopefully he is able to bounce back and climb the lightweight rankings.